Hello students of 12th class CCS Academy. This is your physics and video number 12 for heading electric flux. Okay students, in the last heading I told you about the various aspects of electrical charges, fields, electric dipole, the electric field due to electric dipole, and continuous charge distribution, which was the last heading of you. In this heading I am going to tell you about the interesting thing, that is electric flux. First I am going to tell you what is electric flux. No, I am going to tell you why we study the electric flux. Suppose I am going to explain you by this diagram. Suppose we have an area and so many electric lines are crossing this area. It may happen so many times because you know the concept of electric field, which is crossing this area S. Okay students, so I want to calculate how many electric lines are crossing this area normally. Okay, first I will explain qualitatively and then I will turn it into the quantitative way, means in the formula as we did in the various topics of the physics of 12th class as well as of the 11th class. Okay, come to the original video. First I am going to read it. What is electric flux? Electric flux is denoted by phi E. You can understand, phi is the symbol and E is the lower suffix. Again I am going to tell you, phi is the symbol and E is the lower suffix. Okay student, so come to the original video. Electric flux is measurement of electric lines crossing the given area normally. Okay, come to the your figure of your video, that is on page number next, this video, and this is your figure number 12. Okay student, look at that. I'm going to tell you again one more time. This is your area S. This whole area, student, is your S. Okay, I am going to take the part of it as a ds, very small part of S area, that is ds. Student, you know that we have done so many times in 11th class. When we want to calculate something for the big area like this, first we calculate for the small area. That's why I am taking the ds area. So you can ask why I am taking ds area. I am going to answer it. Okay, so this is your area ds and n cap is the normal vector. Okay, normal to the given area. Okay, again one more time I am going to tell you, this is the ds area and this ds area's normal vector is n cap. N cap is a unit vector. Okay, when you multiply this area ds to n cap, it becomes the ds area vector. Okay, ds area vector is scalar area ds and n cap. Okay, why we multiply with the unit vector? I have told you in the 11th class that when we multiply with the unit vector, it becomes directional, means this area, which means that area which was originally scalar quantity now becomes the vector quantity. Okay, so come to the original video. In figure 11, what you see the whole area S, small area ds, and n cap is the unit vector. Okay, where also what other thing you see the electric lines are crossing this area. Okay, here this electric field makes angle theta. This is your angle theta. Again I am going to tell you, this one, this angle between electric field E, which is here, and n cap, which is here, is theta. This is angle theta. Okay student, so which component will be along n cap? That would be, I am going to tell you, E cos theta, and E sin theta is not crossing the normally. As I told you in the earlier page, what I told you, I am going to remind you one more time. What we will take, electric field lines crossing given area normally. Okay students, so come to the main video again. So you see that we have E cos theta crossing this area ds normally. In figure 11, electric flux is defined mathematically. How it is defined, I am going to show you in the next page. Okay, I am going to show you in the next page. Okay, this one. Further, okay, this one, yes, this is your page 34. First I will calculate for d phi e. What is d phi e? D phi e is the small version of phi. Phi was the electric flux I told you earlier. When I put d, it becomes the very small area. So d phi is the very small area I am explaining you by the diagram which I show you one more time. Look here. Okay students, so this is your whole area, this one, and I am calculating flux for this very small area ds. That's why this flux is d phi e. So there no problem at all students. Come to the original video and no, come here. So we calculated d phi e, very small electric flux. E cos theta is the normal electric field component and ds is the area. As you know, these are the dot product of 11th class. Okay student, let's see one more time. D phi, sorry, come to the original video. Original video is there. Just this one. Just this one. Look here. This d phi is your E dot ds. E dot ds is the vector form of E cos theta ds. I told you so many times in 11th class what is dot product. This is dot product. Okay. So electric flux, this equation tells you what? This equation tells you about the electric flux due to an electric field over the surface area ds. Student, ds, why ds? First we will calculate for ds and then d phi e will be obtained, and then I will calculate for whole area s, and whole electric flux phi e will be come out. So come to the original video and come to the next page student. This is the next page. Okay, for the electric flux due to an electric field over the whole surface area s is what I am going to tell you. Look here. Okay, electric flux, this is total phi e, total electric flux is equal to the integration of phi surface integral E dot ds. Look at E dot ds, it was d phi e, we calculated for whole area, so that's why we integrated here. You know, first we will calculate for d phi e and then we calculated phi e. Okay, so what is the difference between equation 1 and 2? You understand that in equation 1 we calculated d phi e, that was E dot ds for small ds area. Okay, and in this video we calculated whole electric flux, and that is the surface integral of E dot ds. That is your equation number 2. Okay students, so this is your one more thing I am going to tell you. This is the electric flux total area s, and that equal to surface integral E dot ds. This integral is also known as surface integral, as I pronunciated here, and equal to the electric flux as well. Okay, so I am going to tell you student, if you want to calculate electric flux due to electric field E over area s, then its value will be phi e, and mathematically will be equal to E dot ds surface integral. So if you want to calculate surface integral, you have to calculate electric flux, or vice versa, you want to calculate electric flux, then you have to calculate surface integral due to electric field E over the area s. Okay, so I am going to remind you one more time what we did so far. Yes, okay students, I explained you what is electric flux and why we study electric flux. If we take area and electric lines are crossing, we want to calculate how many electric lines are crossing this area normally. That's why we calculated E cos theta, which was the normal component of electric field for the given area ds, and then for whole area s. Okay students, then we took the figure. In this figure, first you calculated small ds area, then you calculated in the electric flux form d phi e. This was E dot ds. Further you calculated student the whole electric flux phi e, which is equal to the surface integral. Okay, so this is equation 2 is the electric flux due to an electric field and due to an surface area s. Okay, so this is the main thing. Okay students, the main thing is this formula I will use later in the Gauss theorem, which I will tell you in the next video. So in this video explain you what I explained you. I am going to remind you one more time. Electric flux, corresponding diagram 11, which explained first for very small area, and then we calculated whole electric flux. This is the formula which I will use so many times in electricity as well as in the forthcoming chapters of magnetism. So student, this is the end of your video number 12 heading electric flux chapter 1 of physics.